On YouTube, Desmond here, ECoastArb, coming to you with day 29 out of 30 on our 30-day challenge using the KEEPA product finder to source products for Amazon FBA profitably. Want to source them profitably. And I got some really specific filters on today. I'm going to make this kind of a speed run, and I'm looking for a very specific product here, and let me show you what I got. So targeting small and light today. There's some really good opportunities, small and light, and I have buy box filters between 11 and 13. And you might ask, well, Desmond, small and light doesn't qualify over $12. You're correct, it doesn't. But I've found opportunities before where another seller may be offering it at 13 and it is not qualifying for small and light. However, we can sell it for 12 and qualify for small and light and actually make more profit than that seller at 13 not utilizing the small and light program. So keep that in mind when you have products priced around that $12 mark, even up to almost $13.50, maybe even close to $14, depending on what it is. So really strict buy box filters here, and I had to put a ton of filters in today to get my list down to a manageable level. I got my 90-day average between 20,000 and 100,000. Amazon out of stock as usual. I am sourcing grocery and gourmet food, looking for food items today, small and light. Don't have any brand filters on. Offer count between 3 and 5 for the current. Trying to weed out some of those private label or brand direct type things with the 3. Put the max of 5 on there, just looking for stuff with low competition, next to nothing. And also have a 10 maximum for my 90-day, but I'm not sure if that did a ton. Let me see. Okay, so that only took out really a couple products. And then I also have Amazon out of stock 99% of the time. And then I have review counts at a minimum of 25. So I'm looking for stuff that has actually sold in the past. And I got my list down to decently manageable. It's a little on the higher side. I generally try to get this below 200, preferably even 100 or so. But 437 is not too much to go through over 2 or 3 days. So let's see what we can find. And knowing that we are targeting small and light here, we can really kind of speed run through these things because we know we need to get them very cheap. So let's just start at the top here. We got a 3-pack of popcorn seasoning. And it looks like, and also today when we're looking at our max cost, we can typically add about $1, maybe a little more to it. So you can see we're at $2.66 here, but I don't have small and light flicked on. And if we come down here to the small and light tab and flick it on, we're actually up to $3.58 now. So almost $1 extra. So we pretty much need to be getting these for about $1 a piece, which is probably going to be hard to do, but we'll double check it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like they're about $3 at Walmart. So instantly, we don't have to do any more searching on this product. We've established we can not find it profitably. We're not wasting any more time. We're going to zoom right through this list really quickly. Another 3-pack here, some ginger chews, 1.5 ounce, looking for about $5.50, maybe just a hair less. So we need to be really about $1.80 a piece on these. And it looks like we might actually be in luck here. There's a $1.99, 1.5 ounce. That does look like a product match. Definitely a match there. So we're $6 on a 3-pack. Let's see if we can coupon this around. All right, look at here. So subscribe to the newsletter, pick a gift, win up to 25% instantly. I'm guessing the minimum behind these special packages here is probably 10. It's typically 10s and 15s in here, and maybe 125. But assuming we can get at least 10% off here, we'll be looking at, so we got $6 on a 3-pack, getting that 10% off. That brings us down to $5.40, which is probably going to be really close to where we want to be when we flick on that small and light tab here. And you can see when we do that, we definitely come under our max cost here. Looking at a $3.25 profit, 60% ROI. Let's just double check that this is actually selling and it's not dominated by anybody. This is definitely not the brand. Could be somebody worth reverse sourcing though, because it looks like they may kind of specialize in the candy category. But let's see if it's actually selling. So it looks like this one's kind of funky. Really low rank here all of a sudden. I'm guessing that's a merger with another ASIN. Looking at this review count skyrocketing from 120 to over 17,000, also corresponding with that really steep drop in rank. But looks like before that it was selling pretty decently, and we can come into our offer tab here and see. And it looks like, yeah, so people are selling through here, and this is actually a FBM offer, which is interesting. So it looks like they're actually offering at $7.50. Yeah, $7.50 plus a $5.38 delivery. And I don't know if this would, so adding those brings our sale price to $12.87. But my question is, and I actually don't know the answer to this, so if you do, maybe post a comment, let me know. If somebody is offering this at $7.50 but with a $5 delivery, can we come in at $12 FBA, which is our small and light maximum, which actually brings our profit down just a hair here? Can we come in at $12 FBA and take this buy box over? Or are they going to maintain the buy box, offering it at a lower price but with a shipping fee? I feel like we should be able to, but I don't know if I've encountered that situation, so I'm not really sure the answer to that. But if you do, let me know in the comments below. And maxing out at $12 with that small and light, so that is going to bring our profit down just a hair. Looking at $2.45, still a 45% ROI, and it's definitely selling through. You can see the stock counts kind of whittling down here, and it looks like this guy has sold at least one here recently. A little bit of buy box domination here, and that could tie into what I was saying earlier about whether we could actually come in at $12 FBA and take the buy box here or not. And it looks like somebody was offering it at $11.99 here, but that was an FBM offer, so that would not qualify for small and light. But let's see, since everybody seems to be FBM in this, let's put in $5.40 here. And let me make sure the shipping is right. Yeah, so it looks like we're not really making a ton there on the FBM offer. So maybe these people are getting it a little cheaper than we can. But still looking at 45% ROI, assuming we can come in and take that buy box at 12. So I'm not going to call that a super win, but it is a possibility. But let's keep rolling through these. Hopefully we'll find something a little bit better. 2-pack here. Basically need to be getting them for $2.50 each or less, hopefully less. And let's take out some of this nonsense. A lot of times if you got all this extra stuff in here, you're not going to pick up on the listings that we're really looking for. And let's see, 346 here, not going to be good enough. And it looks like we don't have a chance of finding this. So cool, we're not going to dwell on it. We're going to close it out, move on to the next one. Looks like some tea here. We got a single pack, really good rank, and the brand is actually taking the buy box on this. So let's double check and make sure that we actually have a chance to sell some before we even try to source this. Definitely some brand domination here, taking almost 90% of the buy box. I'm going to just go ahead and skip over that one and keep moving. Could you get a few sales? Probably. It's just not something I try to target. Some more tea here. I'm guessing teas are probably going to be super popular today, sourcing small and light. And with such a good rank, definitely a very popular product. So looking for basically 450 here. That seems doable. And looks like we're at 524 here with Swanson, and possibly 495 here. It looks like it could be a little bit of a package difference, but I'm guessing it's probably the same product. And I actually missed this one here. Is a 444 as well. And let me flick on that small and light. And we're looking for at least 470 or maximum of 470 here. 20 pack triple leaf tea, blood pressure, triple leaf tea, blood pressure, 20 pack. Okay, so this actually is a 2-pack, I think. Okay, yes, a pack of 2. So we really need to be getting these for 2 1/4, which doesn't look very doable unless you have some really, I'm not sure if maybe. So it looks like we can get, and this says exclusions apply, so I'm not sure if it includes stuff that's on sale already like this, but it looks like we could potentially get a 30% off here, but that's not going to bring us to where we need to be to get these profitably. We'd still be at $366 a unit, which would be $733 for a 2-pack. So definitely not going to work there. This is not going to work either, and I have the VPN on here, so but that 495 would not have worked either because this is a 2-pack. So keep right on rolling through. Some more tea here. We got a 25 bag and hopefully a single pack of 1. Same thing, we need to be getting it for about $5, hopefully a little bit less. And I do not see anything close to that here either. So we may have to adjust our filters a little bit. I feel like we're getting a lot of potentially wholesale stuff. I'm not sure. But we are not getting it for those prices by any means. 2-pack of barbecue rub, $12. Probably going to be hard to source these for, basically $2 a piece. Got it for $3.19 at Shields. So maybe could get a coupon code there. .5 ounce. 4.5 ounce 2-pack, and that's a match. Let's see if they actually got the bigger size on sale, and probably not going to be qualifying for small and light just because of a price, but let's see if we can. Okay, so we need to be at 680 here. We're at 1039. Not going to work. There's the 2-pack of 4 ounces. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to work for us either. So roll right on through. Like I said, today's going to be kind of a speed run. Try to get through as many of these as possible. Lighthouse salad dressing, herb blend. So I actually know that this is a Sam's Club brand, or at least they sell it at Sam's Club because I buy their ranch and it is delicious. Lighthouse Foods, looks like they may actually have a website too. But it doesn't look like you can buy it on their website. So let's see. Does it have a size on here? 0.42 ounce. Yeah, so these are tiny. 2-pack we need to be basically $2 a pop here. But we have a different one here for $2.50. And this is not the one we're looking for, but with it being close to the right price range, this may be a good source to look for what we're actually looking for. And it's probably going to be worth it to look this one up also. Let's see, Lighthouse poultry herb blend. So same thing here, $11.99 in a 2-pack. Looks like it could have had a little bit of a package change, but that is definitely the correct product. And our cost was coming in a little lower here. I'm not sure why. Turn on small and light. We need to be at 316 for that one. And this one, we've got a 450. So I'm really not sure what the big difference in fees is here, because these are very similar in size. This is 0.46 ounce and this one was 0.42. So might be worth it to get something like that rescanned to double check that you're not getting overcharged for the fees. Only one seller here, pretty big seller, might be kind of hard to compete with, but it definitely sells. Let's see if anybody else has had the buy box previously. So it looks like basically in the last 6 months, this person or this storefront has dominated here. But if we back out to the year, it looks like it had some distribution, but all of these are pretty big sellers as well. And looks like nobody was taking advantage of the small and light here. So not going to call that one a win either, but I definitely would think that the fees are probably wrong with us getting such a different max cost. But let's see if we can get what we're actually looking for, the salad dressing. White House. Look at there. It knows what I want. And it knew what I wanted to see, but it's not showing me what I want to see. So I do not. Let's just try Lighthouse. Can we come back to this? And sometimes you can click on these brands names and it'll show you all the products. Let's just go Lighthouse. I can't spell. Herb blend. Still can't spell. And the only one I see is the poultry. So, oh, wait a minute. Instantly fresh chives. Out of stock. That's the only one I see. So I'm guessing, okay, here we go. Sponsor. Okay, this is outside links here. This is definitely not going to be profitable. So maybe maybe a dead end there. I don't see anything else that piques my interest here. So let's keep moving. Some strawberry shortcake popcorn, maybe. It's pretty interesting popcorn flavor. Good amount of sales here. Hopefully this is a decent variation. Need to be getting this for pretty much $3 a bag, hopefully a little less. Got it for $6 there. $5.99 again. So I'm not seeing anything close. What is this one? So here's a different flavor for $3.50. That's Instacart, so I'm guessing it's probably coming from Publix or actually CVS. Okay, let's see. No, we don't want to do any of this. Gosh, I'm gonna have to blur this out now. It's showing all my stuff. Guess we are dead end here as well. So let's come on down the list. And looks like we've got a couple of these same brand popcorns. This may be something people are buying in a bulk pack and splitting up, because this is, I guess this is just a single 7.5 ounce, really low cost there. Even with the small and light, we're probably not going to get that one profitably. And man, these fees are varying a ton today between really similar products, and that just goes to show you, if you've got something that you feel like the fees are not correct on, get it rescanned, because mistakes happen. Amazon makes a ton of mistakes, but they're definitely not going to come out and tell you if you don't fight it. 100 pack of tea bags here. Still looking for pretty cheap. Going to guess we probably can't touch that either. Got to be a bunch of wholesalers on this search today. We may have to come back in and rethink our filters a little bit. Maybe try to go up a little bit and rank, get away from some of that super fast moving stuff. Looking for almost $4 here. Hopefully we can come close on that. Maybe $10 at Vitacost. We'd really have to get that buy one get one free, plus another at least 15, preferably 20% code. So they got some marked down to 10 here, but it doesn't say. Actually, it does say special offer. I might have to turn this off to get to Vitacost. Let's see, do we get a buy one get one free? No, we're getting 15% here, and that's not going to touch where we need to be. So let me scroll on down here. Interesting, some kind of cake decorating set, some cake toppers. Okay, so that seems like something we could maybe get for a couple bucks. Yeah, so we're looking for, when we flick on that small and light here, we're going to be almost $5 on this one, $4.95. Feel like that's pretty doable. Take out some of this mumble jumble. And see. And it looks like there's an Etsy profitably, but that's not going to work for a source for us. Let's try it here. Deco Pack, never heard of it. I'm guessing it's a baking supply, and they're not letting me see the price here. That's definitely a product match, and it won't show me the price here either. $8.99 there, not going to work. Might be out of luck here too. It is there on that Etsy, but we probably can't source it from Etsy, and that could cause some issues if we have to prove the chain, the supply chain to Amazon. $9 here. Dang, I really felt like we could have got this one profitably. $5 seems pretty doable on something like that. Let's try to squeeze a little bit out. Let's do an image search here and see. Maybe we'll get lucky. And I guess it's not going to work, so we'll keep moving. Running pretty low on our time here, and we have not found you anything today. So we're going to burn through these last couple ones. Got some honey hot sauce here. Probably looking for $3 or so. Maybe a little bit higher. We'll flick on that small and light, and $3.76. This could be doable. I feel like if you could find something like this at like a Dollar General or Family Dollar or even a Dollar Tree, could probably make that one work. But I don't see anything online that we are looking for. So we'll keep moving down the list. This one might be able to work if it's not a multi-pack. Okay, here we go. Can we make this one work? We can probably steal the buy box on this one too. Yeah, we're going to make this one work. So turn on small and light. We got a $5 max cost here. I'm almost positive we can get this for $5. Look at there. I knew we'd find you a win. Let's double check and make sure it's a good match here. McCormick Perfect Pinch Cajun 5 ounce. This is actually says it's a 3 ounce. Is that correct? Why won't it? Let's see. So it actually is a 3 ounce. So this is not a match, even though that would be profitable. Let's see if we can find the right one. That is interesting. So there's a 3 ounce for $10. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I just knew we had a win for you there. Kroger might be a win. Reezers, product unavailable. I'm guessing this was probably a good source for this particular one. And looks like we're not showing anything here either. Let's try the shopping tab. $5 ounce, $22, way too expensive. Let's see, where is this coming from? Blue Jay, never heard of this one. Doesn't look like a particularly good source to me, so I'm going to skip over that one also. Man, I was almost positive we were going to find this one. This could be a situation where maybe it's a discontinued size and they've changed the sizing on it now, and it's a 5 ounce for some reason. But let's take the time to look this one up because it's at a profitable price for the 3 ounce one. So maybe the 5 ounce one is on Amazon and we can make it work. Looks like it's here in a 6-pack. That is definitely not going to work. Let's do image search on this one. Our time clock going off there. Let's see, is this going to be a win or is it going to be that 3-ounce one? Okay, now this is the 6-pack. And it looks like it's offered in a single pack for exactly what we can buy it for. So that's not going to work. Really unfortunate there. I thought we were going to get super close on this one. Let's see. Probably worth it to check a few other of these. But I just don't see that 3-ounce option anywhere. I really don't see it anywhere that's not third party anymore. So that's what makes me think it could be discontinued in that particular size. Famous microgreens, $10 here, definitely way above cost. And this is just a single pack. So that is not going to work, unfortunately. I wish it would. That's a really good find. A lot of sales there. It says a lot of sales. It doesn't look like 250 sales a month, looking at this KEEPA chart at least. But let's go through maybe one or two more and try to scrap out a win for today. This looks like something you could probably find at a Dollar Tree. Fairly cheap. It is a candy, but it's a cream soda. We're going to be a little over $3 here by the time we flick on that small and light. Let's see if we can find this. Really feel like this is a dollar store type item. It just has that look to it, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. And that's not to say that it isn't a dollar store item. They probably don't take the time to do online listings for stuff like that. So maybe next time you're shopping at the Dollar Tree, take a scroll down the candy aisle and scan a few things. You may have to scan the fronts of things with Seller Central instead of scanning the barcodes. There's a Dio pack. We actually were sourcing that a while ago. Let's see. Try to find one that's gonna work. That looks interesting. We'll try this one and then probably cut this short. Looking for probably almost $4 here by the time we turn on the small and light, 388. And man, not coming anywhere close on these today. But that is cheap. Wonder if we can look this one up. That's super cheap. Let's see, 20 units for $8. We're not going to be able to get it quite that cheap. So, don't think that's going to work. But we're a little over time here, and unfortunately, I don't feel like I found you a really good, solid lead today. But that's part of the sourcing process, especially when you try new routes and branch off. I've never done this particular KEEPA search here. So probably keep going through these just to check and probably find something at some point. But If you made it this far, thank you for watching. This is Desmond with ECoastArb coming to you on day 29. Tomorrow is our final day of the KEEPA product challenge, and going to use probably most of the time going over just a recap, sharing some things that I've learned, maybe try to do a few highlights, good and bad, because I think we had a couple really good days doing this challenge, and also had more than one day where we didn't find anything, and that's just part of learning how to source. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just learning day by day, and that's what you should do too. So thank you for watching. If you like this comment, please give me a subscribe up here. Maybe it's down here somewhere. I don't know. And comment, like, and we'll see you tomorrow for the recap.